Okay, so I started recording and then couldn't figure out how to set up the remote play, but I got it now, as you can see. So yeah, playing skate. What I was saying before, I really like the new skate. I hate the skydiving though. But I just don't do it. It's quite simple. You just don't have to do it. Yeah. I feel like the challenges have been really fun. Like, people have been saying the loot box system is stupid, but I honestly really like it. And I've only played Skate 3. It's like, I haven't played any other skates, so I'm not like couldn't say I'm not the expert to be asking about, but still, I think it's a fun game. I actually find these fun. I've been listening to a lot of Lil Uzi Vert recently, especially Love Is Rage on SoundCloud. The album, the long version, I think is so good. And the original Uzi as well is so good. My favorite songs are Moist and 1987. 1987 is so cool. The beat switch between I forget what it's called, With My Crew. Oh, those are actually kind of they're ugly. So I bought skate coins when the game came out to buy a pair of jeans, and then I won the same pair of jeans, or a very similar pair of jeans the next day, which is so dumb, but yeah, crazy. So I guess that part is annoying because they actually got me. Let me plug my laptop in. Bear with me. I'm gonna just talk while I play. So be one of those videos you can fall asleep to, which are cool. Yeah, I don't make many YouTube videos, but I find them really fun to make when I'm doing something else or when I'm not making music. Obviously, the reason I'm making these YouTube videos, full transparency, is just to promote my music, and because it's entertainment, but at the end of the day, I just want people to listen to my music, and there's many different ways of reaching people, and hold up, I think my laptop just died. Oh no. Okay, so my laptop ran out of storage, so I'll put in that part of the screen recording, but from now on, I'm just going to be putting in clips, and you can watch them, or you can turn this video off and go watch something else, because I have cooked it. Or you can watch a montage that I'll put in of skate clips. Hey, I just want a skirt. It's my first skirt. And the reason I'm making these videos is to promote my music at the end of the day. So yeah, you should go check out my music if you haven't already, or you should just stop and listen to the video, because that's cool as well. Yeah, I've been listening to Lil Uzi Vert. Wait, I have a list on my camera that I was gonna talk about. Yeah, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but like talking about like Ritalin, because recently I've gone onto Ritalin and it has improved my mental health like a stupid amount. Like I'm on, yeah, I think it's like really underrated for depression. I have insufficient funds. I think it's super underrated. Like, I don't know, like not for depression, but I think a lot of depression is probably being caused because of maybe ADHD. I'm not a doctor, so I should shut up, but I feel like Donald Trump right now. Tylenol, taking Tylenol. I take Panadol, because Panadol is where it's at. I don't know what the fuck Tylenol is. Yeah, that was not on my list of things to talk about. I'm not about to sit here and talk about Donald Trump of all things. What I do want to talk about is Swag by Justin Bieber, because that album is fire. Swag 2, not so much. I wish that Lil B rapped on the albums, but I mean, he's rare. The bass god is rare, so I mean, I'll take whatever I can get. So it was still really cool to, especially on Safe Space, which is off Swag 2. I think that was the highlight of Swag 2. Swag 2, Everything Hallelujah, the first song, Speed Demon, I think, and Safe Space. Really good songs. Swag 1, or Swag, the original Swag, every single song, other than the Drewski ones, because they weren't really songs. Literally every single song, for me, no skips, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it's a perfect album. I think what is a perfect album is Blonde by Frank Ocean. I think Stranger by Young Lean is a perfect album. I think Chain Gang Halo World by Sick Boy Rari is a perfect album. I think like there's so many perfect albums, but I don't think that's one of them. But it is still so good. This whole Swag thing has been so enjoyable, because I really liked Justice when it came out. I was in high school when that came out, and that was like such a fun like period of time, kind of, not really, but it was nostalgic, I guess. So that album, and it was quite a sad album as well, so it was definitely like fitting. But yeah, that whole yeah, so I think this album's just like so much better than Justice as well. So like, damn. I mean, it would have been cool if he put like Uzi on this one instead of Justice, but yeah, and it would have been really cool if Lil B did a verse, but also I like respect the creative choice. I feel like he must have made the beats, unless the feature was literally just like his interlude parts, which is also cool, but I don't think that's the case. I worry that everything is fleeting, and because everything comes to an end, which it does, which is undeniably true. It's like, how much is it like worth? But then I just have to remember that it is worth it, because and then it's like materialistic, like everything feels materialistic for a bit, like in these moments, and then it's really like unsatisfying, I guess, to feel that way. And yeah, I don't know, and it's like what's worth it, and it makes me want to take all my jewelry out. And but moving on, the Rapture got cancelled, so we were close to seeing who? Jesus? Yeah, we got really close, but nah, he didn't come. But my TikTok has been saying that Jesus would have loved my new album, so thank you, TikTok. Thank you, everyone on TikTok. And then, yeah, I don't really want to talk about the Rapture because that's just a whole lot of, like, nothing. Like, I respect people that believe in the Bible, but it says in the Bible, and I'm gonna steal, I watched that Most Critical video about it, like, I didn't know this either, but it says in the Bible that no man can predict the rapture, which means if you study the Bible, you should know that no one is going to predict the rapture. Personally, I don't think it's going to whatever. Not my place. Not my place at all. But damn, I can't believe the rapture got cancelled. Crazy. I love Drew and Enya. I feel like this talking to myself is like a slightly more insane version of Drew and Enya, if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible, but I feel like it's kind of similar, except without the back and forth. It's just a whole lot of me talking. So yeah, I thought I should mention that because I definitely can see the inspiration there, coming from like this creative outlet of like talking to a video. But my favorite female artist at the moment is Ethel Cain. She is so fucking good. New album is like gonna be my favorite album of the year. My favorite album of last year was Psychos by Young Lean and Blade, but I don't know if she topped that this year. I feel like I don't know, they're quite different albums, although you could say that like the song Enemy, if anyone listening to this knows both of these albums, it's going to be very actually I feel like their fan base is probably crossover a fair bit, but it's going to be quite niche if I like compare two songs. But Enemy, if you know Enemy by Young Lean and Blade, and then compare that to what's the song? The one where it's like, oh, with that shit your daddy smoked in Vietnam. Not Waco, Texas. It's Dust Bowl. Compare Dust Bowl and Enemy, and they're like very similar songs. So you could say that I have some stories to tell as well. You could say that they are similar albums. I don't know which one's better. I honestly don't. I know that the Needle Drop hated both of them, so but I really like the Needle Drop. I don't like his opinions, but I really respect him. And I hope one day he gives me a review. I hope I get to that point with my music and he gives me a review, and I hope I can sit back and not care about what he says and just take it at face value and respect his review, and know that just be grateful that he listened to my music maybe. even, yeah, that would just be cool. Like, I don't even know what he would think. I don't think he would love it, but I know I love it, so, and I know that's all that matters, so, yeah, so, like, other female artists that I love are, Baby Sosa, Lauryn Hill, Billie Eilish, 070 Shake, that's the other one I've got written down here. This year especially, I've listened to a lot of 070 Shake. This year, and in high school a little bit, like, with, like, when she was on Kanye's album, I thought that was really cool. But, more so this year, like, listening to her actual albums, like, Sin is such a good song. Skin and Bones, I listened to that when it came out, but Skin and Bones is, like, her best song, in my opinion. Sorry, I don't think, not like a best song, but, because she has lots of different types of songs, but my favorite song by her is Skin and Bones. That shit is so good. I gotta stop playing skate so I can get clips for this to go underneath my, I've just been talking, not playing skate. So we went to, like, some of my friends and I went to the pubs in my local city, and I was wearing my headphones. I have, not to flex or anything, but I have headphones. I was about to say what brand they were, but I'm not gonna say what brand they were. But they're in, like, all, if you follow me on Instagram, they're in, like, multiple photos. So I'm sure you've seen them there. Let's just say they're not cheap. I spent a lot of money on them. And I was wearing them, but hey, it was an investment because I'll get there. We were at the pubs, and these girls were like, we were talking to them, and they were like, oh, it was like dead silent, like everyone had just stopped talking, and it was really awkward, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, I really like the performative headphones, and all like, all sympathy to her. I feel like that was like a bold thing to say, and I respect that, but I don't know, I like replied with the honest truth, and I was like, okay, they're for overstimulation. Or I didn't say that. That would have been a better thing to say, but I was like, oh, I have autism. That's what I said. And then they were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And it was funny as fuck. Like, I think I humbled them. I don't know, but then they also walked away. So I either humbled them or they were like, fuck you, you have autism, fuck you. So yeah, I don't know how they took that, but that's a story, kind of a funny story, not that funny, not really, it's a bit of a nothing story, but it made me think of a story because I'm currently wearing these headphones around my neck, like performative as well, like that shit is like performative as fuck because I'm wearing them around my neck, when in actuality I just want to make sure I always have my headphones on me so I can put them in, because I guess I have taken too much Tylenol in my life. Maybe that's why. Who knows? Yeah, we really don't know at this point. But yeah, Ritalin is great for me. It has been great, and I think when I mix Ritalin with caffeine, which I'm doing right now, I'm like so locked in and so just like not even that locked in, just like calm about like it doesn't feel like I have like a trillion things to do on my to-do list. It just feels like I have one thing to do and I need to go do it, and then I look at the next thing I need to do, and it's like such a good like feeling. So yeah, that's just my shout out to the pharmaceutical companies, I guess, and the doctors. Shout out to the doctors. Hang on, let me get my list up. I have like more stories to tell. Oh, I have a cooked story to tell actually. That man, when I said cooked, I was like thinking about that meme, and it's like what like my doctor in 25 years wearing one AirPod saying I'm cooked. Like Gen Z doctors gonna be like wearing one AirPod while being like, yeah, you're cooked. That's what that made me think of when I said you're cooked. I don't know. I swear I don't say. Anyway. Before I tell the story, the cooked story, I was going to talk about my album, because I just released a new album, but it's under a different name because I want to keep working on my real album for my River project, because River is my main. If you don't know who I am, River is the main project name. Like River is the artist name, sorry. And that's where I have most of my listeners and stuff. So I have like a little bit, I have like underground, like I'm in the underground scene of the underground scene. Like I haven't made it into the underground scene yet. So like that's what we're looking at. I'm like rarely featured on an underground page. There's like I'm working on a couple of projects for River. I say that like it's a different person. I'm working on a couple of different River projects. But I wanted to drop one with all these beats that I didn't produce. So I made that one, called Life After Valium. But honestly, I would rather you go listen to River if you're going to check out any of it, because River is what I've put the most time into, and it seems to be the most popular, and it's definitely the most creative. Like, it's a lot more creative and a lot more unique, compared to Life After Valium. Hello, I'm back. I went to go and unpack the groceries. So what I was saying was, I don't actually remember at all. All I remember is talking about my music. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has some good songs. However, considering the amount of albums she has made, I would expect nothing less. Okay, that's crazy. I think she gets a lot of slack. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm quite I think I'm quite neutral on the whole front. But this goes somewhere. So my friend from hospital was a huge Taylor Swift fan. She put me on to False God, which is a fire song, and I will die on that hill. I love that song, False God. So I feel like it's like actually like artistic, and like one thing about Taylor Swift is her songwriting is like unmatched. Like it's not unmatched. People match it, but it's like genuinely really good. Like writing, like her actual writing is like really good. Like the lyric writing is really, really good, and that's something I could never do. Like I think that's just something a lot of artists can't do. So yeah, I really like the fake mink wave, but I mean, who doesn't? Everyone does. But that's just like stating the obvious while we're here. So we were in hospital, and it was actually my last night. I was getting discharged the next day, and there was this. So we were playing. It was me and two of my friends. We were playing. What were we playing? I think we were just coloring in, because that's like all you really do. It was like 9 p.m., which is really late in hospital. 9 p.m. is like beyond lights out. So yeah, it was like 9 p.m. We were like over in the like old ward, the old person's ward. Just because that's where the lights were still on. Like that is quite literally the only place that the lights were still on, because it was so late. So we were there, and we were coloring in, and we could hear this man having an argument with one of the nurses, like just a wall behind a wall that we were at. So, and then you could hear they started to get, like, a couple minutes past, we kept talking, kept coloring in, and then you could hear they started to get more heated. So and then I was like, be quiet, let's listen. And all of a sudden we heard like bangs and clashes and whatever, and then a nurse came sprinting past us. She said, everyone, well, she was like screaming, she was like, security. We didn't know what was going on, and then another nurse was like, or the same nurse, I can't really remember, was like, get back to your rooms, everyone. And we were like, wherever the argument thing happened, we were like here, and our rooms were like there, so we couldn't get back to our rooms, we had to like go that way. So we just went with the crowd, which was 2 people, because everyone else was asleep. So we went that way, and the lights, we went around the corner, and there were 3 of us, and we were just like sprinting down this like alleyway, like corridor in a hospital, and the lights had gone into like flicker mode. Like, so they weren't flickering, they were turning off and on in intervals of like 3 seconds. So it was like really eerie, and there was no one. There was like, wherever the argument happened, I don't know what happened, but we ran, and there was a fire door, but the fire door you needed, because it's a psych ward, fire door you needed a key card, of course, so couldn't get out of the fire door. So we, the door like right next to us was a shared hospital room that no one was in. It was vacant. So we went in there, shut the door, and luckily it had a lock. And then we stayed in there for solid, I don't know, 20 minutes. We called the police while we were in there. And in hindsight, we realized we got in trouble for calling the police the next day. But in And in hindsight, at least I think maybe, I don't know. It's a hospital. Like what else do you do in that situation? Like it's literally a psych ward. Like I don't know if you're meant to call the police or not, but like better to be safe than like just sitting in a room doing nothing. So we called the police, and then eventually the nurses came and got us, pretended like nothing had happened, sent us back to our rooms, put yeah, and so that was my last night in hospital. And then but we'd been sent back to our rooms, and they sedated us because it was like hectic. And the paramedics came past with a stretcher, so like someone had been injured. I don't know if it was the guy, or it was one of the nurses, or it was a patient. But yeah, I'm not gonna say like what hospital or anything, because I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just trying to tell the story. I think it was at the least an interesting series of events to experience. It was very scary, and for me, I feel like people go through a lot more crazy shit on the daily, but it felt like a horror movie. Like the whole, just like the fact it was in a hospital and the lights were flickering and we were running away from something that was there, and like obviously in hindsight it's like, okay, nothing happened, but in the moment you're like, oh, like what is actually happening? We didn't know. So yeah, it was scary, and it's a crazy story. So I thought be like an entertaining story. Yeah, I think I got like yeah, I'm really enjoying this skate game. Okay, I have nothing else to say.